tune it in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Omani study reveals COVID-19 impact on heart and arteries. Oman's innovation system wins Best Arab Government Project Award. Oman taking steps to conserve raptors. Oman Sail officially introduces sail-free boats. British grandma first to receive coronavirus vaccine as UK begins rollout. Pfizer SII seeks emergency use authorization for COVID-19 vaccine in India. Annual camel race to kickstart at Al Bashar Square. Klopp pleased with Liverpool's performance over Wolves. These were the top headlines for the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the country in our weather update.
I'm Mantra Bose with your daily dose of weather, and we're outside the TFM studio in Al Quair. Talking about oceans, did you know that the world's longest mountain range is underwater? The mid-ocean ridge stretches for about 65,000 kilometers and is mostly beneath the oceans. That was our fact for today. Now we'll step inside the studio and we'll talk a little bit more about weather. According to the latest weather forecast by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authority, skies will be partly cloudy to cloudy along the Oman Sea coast as well as the adjoining mountains. There are also chances of isolated rain in these areas. The rest of the Sultanate will see mainly clear skies. With that, let's take a look at what the weather will be like throughout the Sultanate. Muscat will be partially cloudy with temperatures between 26 degrees Celsius and 23 degrees Celsius. Musandam will also be partially cloudy with temperatures between 25 and 19 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be partially cloudy with temperatures between 27 degrees Celsius and 18 degrees Celsius, but South Al-Batana will be sunny with temperatures between 24 and 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Buremi will be partly cloudy with temperatures between 23 and 19 degrees Celsius. Al-Dahira will be sunny with temperatures between 25 and 17 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhla will be sunny with temperatures between 29 and 19 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiya will be sunny with temperatures between 28 and 19 degrees Celsius, and South Al-Sharqiya will also be sunny with temperatures between 26 and 21 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be partially cloudy with temperatures between 29 and 19 degrees Celsius, and Dhofar will be sunny with temperatures between 25 and 17 degrees Celsius.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into the details for the local stories of the day, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the country. The Ministry of Health officials has announced the registration of 2 death cases due to coronavirus in the country today. This has taken the total death cases in Oman to 1,454. The Ministry of Health officials has also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 211 new cases in the Sultanate today. The total cases in the country have now touched 125,326, including 116,720 recoveries and 1,454 deaths, according to the Ministry of Health. In the past 24 hours, 214 recoveries were also reported. The ministry urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. Now from a local store. A new scientific study conducted by a team of researchers in Oman has revealed that COVID-19 patients with existing cardiovascular diseases are 4 times more likely to die of the disease than those without. Furthermore, it was discovered that COVID-19 patients with elevated heart enzyme levels, one of the most common characteristics of those with heart-related issues, are 6 times more likely to die from complications from the virus. The study, conducted by a team of 13 doctors and 3 medical research students, examined Omani and expat patients aged between 18 and 80 years, admitted with severe COVID-19 symptoms to intensive care units in 3 hospitals in the country, which includes Al Nahda Hospital, the Royal Hospital, and Sultan Qaboos University Hospital. These patients were observed from time to time. They entered the ICU until they were released or died because of complications because of the virus. For this research, we chose clinicals from 3 areas of specializations: cardiovascular health, infectious diseases, and intensive care, revealed Dr. Fahad Al-Kindi, a senior consultant doctor at Sultan Qaboos University Hospital. He continued saying that among the results, we found that COVID-19 patients with a high heart enzyme rate of more than 100 nanograms per liter in their blood had a death rate 6 times higher than someone with lower enzyme values. This is among the most important results we have arrived at, because now when hospitals measure the heart enzyme rates of their patients with COVID-19, we know the medical conditions their patients are likely to face and can therefore provide them the required attention. He also said that we also found that the death rate among those suffering from heart and arterial complications is 4 times greater than those who do not have a history of such issues. We found that the rate of acute infection is higher among men, 83%, than it is among women, which stands at 17%. The Best Arab Government Project for Development of Education in the first edition of the Arab Government Excellence Award was won by Oman's innovation system aimed at students of higher education institutions. This award is instituted under the supervision of the Arab Organization for Administrative Development in the League of Arab States, and Oman was selected out of 5,000 government applications from various Arab countries. The innovation system aims to support innovation through an integrated environment that will support competitions among innovators, provide incentive benefits in order to protect intellectual property rights, encourage the use of technology, find supportive bodies, and establish new startup companies based on innovations with added value to the national economy. The innovation system, which was launched by the Ministry of Manpower, aimed to support the higher education sector, represented by the technical and vocational colleges, through an open data portal linked to the Sultanate's digital transformation strategies and the National Innovation Strategy. An online portal has been designed to provide services to beneficiaries, bringing the number of beneficiaries to 174,000. The portal includes an open data hackathon, an innovation acceleration program, an innovation lab, and lastly, an innovation registration service, which includes 104 ideas aimed at enhancing students' participation with their entrepreneurial ideas and registering innovation requests that reached 63 applications altogether. Oman's diverse environment has seen it become a nesting ground for 39 raptor species, and steps are being taken to conserve the birds and encourage them to thrive. Birds of prey found in the country include the Egyptian vulture, steppe eagle, lappet-faced vulture, golden eagle, sooty falcon, eastern imperial eagle, and greater spotted eagle. Several of these are listed as endangered or vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List of Threatened Species, with vultures being among the most critical. The reasons vultures are so widely threatened are numerous and include intentional and unintentional poisoning and electrocution on energy infrastructure, among others. Unintentional poisoning can happen through poison baits, which aim to kill some invasive species and carnivores, or through secondary poisoning by veterinary drugs. Some veterinary drugs that are poisonous to raptors are known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, which commonly is known as NSAID. Among those NASA IDs in use in Oman is discloflen, whose was recently banned by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, a move welcomed by the Environmental Society of Oman. With this, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have a very special joining us after this very quick commercial break.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now continuing with our local stories and also the guest who will be joining us for this particular story. So recently, in partnership with BP Oman, Oman Paralympic Committee and Oman Sail have marked the International Day of Persons with Disabilities by officially unveiling the RS Venture Connect boats, specially designed for the region's first parasailing initiative program, Sail Free. The event was held under the patronage of His Excellency Rashad Ahmad Muhammad Omar Al-Hinai, who's the Under-Secretary at the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, in front of Oman Sail's headquarters at Al Moj Muscat Marina. As part of the celebration event, Oman Olympic Committee launched a dedicated website to be the destination for its members to obtain latest information about the events, programs and services offered by the committee. Now to talk a little more detail about Oman Sail and Sail Free boats, we have a very special guest joining us. So let's welcome Mr. Khamis Al-Anburi, who's the Commercial Director at Oman Sail. Thank you so much, Mr. Khamis, for joining us today.
Thank you, Madiha. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
It's definitely our pleasure to have you and to talk about this amazing initiative that has been launched by Oman Sail. So Mr. Khamis, could you please tell us what exactly is Sail Free and what is its aims?
Sail Free aims to make sailing accessible to all. So and introduce people with physical impairment to sailing and to the sailing sport and allow them to be participating on the sailing. So sailing will be accessible to everyone in Oman. No guidelines to stop people from going out and learn how to sail. Plus, we will be targeting people from 16 to 30 years old, and we will be opening 2 training centers, one in Musana'a, one in Al Moj Muscat. And this program is well designed to train. Can you hear me, Madiha?
Yes, Mr. Khamis, I can hear you very loud and clear.
It's the program. It's really well designed to train participants to compete internationally as well. So the target is to take them at the end of 2022 to compete on the World Sailing competition.
Right. Mr. Khamis, you just mentioned that Sail Free is going to be open to all the people living in the Sultanate, and you're targeting ages between 16 and 30. Now, we know that recently Oman Sail actually launched the special boat for the people with disabilities. What exactly was the idea behind it, and what is the promotion that you are thinking in this regard?
Okay, the boat is basically what we launched is the boat being designed for disabled people to be allowed to jump in on the boat and be able to everything is next to them, and there's a seat they can sit, and there's a seat that they can put on. There's cushions that they can use for them to suit them while they are sailing, and all the things that they have to handle the boat, it's easier for them to handle. And basically, we will be, if someone that he cannot reach any other ropes, we will be able to modify the ropes to be for him easier to pull or ease the ropes while he is sailing,
right?
Or even handling the boat by using the tiller.
Right, right. I actually, Mr. Khamis happened to experience the sailing last year in 2019 when Oman Sail, I think 4 teams from Oman Sail were participating in Nice for this big sailing competition. And to be honest, when I was on the sailing boat, I was shocked and I was really surprised to see the efforts, the teamwork required and handling. Because, as a viewer, as a spectator, it looked so simple and effortless. But while, sharing the experience with the sportsmen, it was incredible. Now, talking about that, Mr. Khamis, are you still there with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. So, Mr. Khamis, I wanted to ask, what was the main idea to actually come up with this boat? Is it the sports that is gaining a lot of momentum in the Sultanate?
It's basically it's the sport itself needed for the people with disability. We knew that the sailing it can be played by anyone in the earth. So we bought this boat to be able to allow everyone in Oman to compete. And as you just mentioned, the sailing, it's when you are on the boat is different. You're doing maths, calculation. You're doing...
Yes, Mr. Khamis, I can hear you.
Yeah, you do. Can you hear me, Madiha?
Yes, absolutely, I can hear you.
Yeah. So basically, they will understand calculating math and physics because they have to understand the speed of the wind, the speed of the course, the length of the course, and they have to calculate, do I need to take more speed or do I need to take a shortcut to finish before everyone else? So it's building the disabled people into more wider range of thinking and planning as well.
Mr. Khamis, we actually have a question for you. One of the viewers is asking that you said that this program is going to be open for all. Does it mean the residents living in the Sultanate as well?
Yes, people with disability, we will allow them. The program will be allowing people to do the tri-sailing and enjoy the sailing, which we already starting taking people onto the tri-sailing. And we had given a few as a trial, and when we have the COVID issues going less and we have more, then we can get more people to give the tri-sailing. After the tri-sailing, we select people to do level 1 and level 2. And then after level 2, then we take them to do level 3 and continue the training program. However, while these people training, we take more people to come and enjoy and learn how to sail.
Right. Mr. Khamis, how, in your expert opinion, how do you see the awareness of sailing in general in the Sultanate?
The sailing, it's getting bigger, to be honest, in the Sultanate. When I joined the Oman Sail in 2008, we have only 6 Hobby 16 in one of the yacht club, and that's it. This is the only sailing boat was in Oman. Now we have 4 sailing schools in Oman. And sailing is accessible by many people in Oman to go and learn how to sail, enjoy sailing events. So sailing events, it's been conducted in Oman. People competing internationally. We have people prepared to be competing at the Olympic. And so it's really getting bigger and knowledge by people. And people start to understand what does sailing mean.
Right. Like I said, I actually witnessed it last year when I saw these amazing 4 teams from Oman Sail and 1 women team too. I really honestly thought that, sailing is more like a men's sport. Women are too weak and, they're not strong enough to handle it. But when I saw that incredible group of women handling the ropes, handling the speed, like you said, the calculation, they were continuously, calculating the time, and there was a timer on the boat that they were talking and they were going back and forth, and they were even a second they would miss, and they would try to get that second. And I'm like, it's just 1 second. Why are you, stressing about it? And they were telling me that every second in this race counts. So it was really incredible. Yes. I really was lucky enough to have this, personal experience with the sailing boat. Now,
and I want to thank you to remind me. I want to say also the sail free is accessible to men and women as well. So we'll be training men and women into the sailing boat. And we already started with women, and they are really there, and they wanted to participate, very committed. women
Yeah.
with disability, they wanted to learn how to sail, and they are there every day.
Right. I just wanted to ask you, how is the response or feedback you're receiving right now?
It's really great. I mean, we what we have is people with physical disability. They keep contacting us when we will start. When we will start, they want to start as soon as possible. We said to them, we're waiting for the go ahead from the committee, and we're starting as soon as they give us the go ahead. We are
Right.
ready. Even we started how to design the fitness training for them, so they will be doing fitness training as well, not just sailing. Where they will come every day, they will do a 2 hours fitness, then they will go out on the water to learn how to sail. Plus, we are teaching them leadership using experiential learning and soft skills.
Okay, I'm so glad, Mr. Khamis, you just pointed that out, because I was just going to ask you that you have this specific model designed that teaches leadership skills, physical training. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that right now. And how long do you think, Mr. Khamis, this all is going to last? Like, if, let's say, one enrolls for this program, how long do you think a person would be ready to actually experience the professional sailing?
You mean how long how long until he starts experiencing?
Yes.
We're planning, to be honest, to start at the beginning of 2021, January.
Oh wow, that's
Hopefully.
literally next
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
We're working hard to be that.
Yes. Sorry, Mr. Khamis, I'm just getting a lot of questions from viewers. I think everyone is getting excited about sailing, because for this whole year, due to coronavirus, things have been halted, not just in the Sultanate, but across the world. So, things are opening, people are getting excited. Now, another question is this person is asking, like, people, if they want to become a member of Oman Sail, is there a procedure that they can follow for membership? Because apparently this person has been wanting to learn sailing since he was 13 years old, and now he's 41.
He can come to Al Moj. We are now opening to teach people sailing. We're opening courses. We can take them to the level 1, level 2. They can do the try sailing, then level 1, level 2, level 3. Then they can basically come every time they wanted to sail. We prepare everything, and as I said, it's sailing now. It's accessible by everyone, and he can select which school he wants to go. He wanted to go to Musana'a or Al Moj or Sur or even Marina Bandar Roda.
Okay. One more question, Mr. Khamis. I hope you don't mind me taking so many questions.
No, I don't mind. It's
Okay,
fine.
so another person is asking, do they need experience before they apply for sailing, or they can just come in as beginners?
They can come as beginners. We take them through the steps from the beginning.
Okay. One more question is, what if the person is not an experienced swimmer or has phobia with water? Can they still qualify for sailing?
We had people with phobia from water, but they came on the water, they fight that fears, and they find it's easy because he's on the boat. And if if we take extra safety with people who don't know how to swim, basically in the water, he has to wear a buoyancy aid, which is a life jacket that keep you up on the water, and we teach them if they fall in the water, what they can do. So, and we never leave a sailor by himself. We always next to them.
Right. Mr. Khamis, one more question. A woman is asking, what, in your expert opinion, what is the right age for children to get involved into sailing?
From 8 years old and above.
Wow, 8 years is very young.
Yeah. You can see them now. We have 8 years and 10 years they are competing now. And our team in Oman, it's the top team in the Middle East now.
Right.
And they are really 12 years old, 10 years old. They spent like 4 years learning how to sail.
Wow. Mr. Khamis, how do you find when such, young spirited kids and these toddlers actually join into sailing and you see them progress over time? How do you feel when you see them?
I'm so proud with them. Like as I told you, in 2008, when I was really hoping to see lots of Omanis on the water. And now when I go out, I see kids very confident. It's built the confidence very high. He is standing and he's just steering his boat, looking right and left without any fear. And he is like 12 years old. And
wow.
We have a beautiful coastline. I mean, and the wind in Oman, it's amazing. You can sail. The water temperature, it's really nice. The people in Europe, they would love to come to Oman and sail during the winter because the water temperature, it's amazing in Oman.
Right. So, Mr. Khamis, do you think this is the right time for people to enroll into sailing, and for anyone who's interested or to get some kind of experience, this is the right time? Because, December, like you said, the beautiful weather, amazing wind. And do you think this is the right time?
Yeah, this is the right time. I encourage people. That's why I wanted to start sail free January, before it's the weather getting hot again, because I want the sailor and the participants to enjoy and understand sailing. And when the weather gets hot, it will not stop them. They will keep coming. Otherwise, if you start with very hot weather, people will start complaining and dismotivated because of the weather. But when you take them to a higher level, and you enter the summer with a high level of sailing, then you see them. They are there. They want it there. They will not matter the weather itself.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Khamis, for joining us and having this interesting conversation with us. I really got excited. I think you'll be seeing me at Oman Sail soon, coming to sign up for sailing too.
I will look forward to see you, inshallah, Madiha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khamis.
For having us.
It was
thank
definitely
you.
our
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best with this amazing
And you're
initiative.
welcome. You're more than welcome if you want to come and see the people when they start sailing with disabilities. You're more than welcome. We encourage people to come and see them.
I would love to.
Help them and support
I
them
would
as
love
well.
to.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me know that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Madiha.
It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates from International Desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, stories from our international desk. Margaret Keenan, who's 91 years old, is the world's first person to receive COVID-19 vaccine by BioNTech Pfizer outside of a trial. The UK has 800,000 doses of the jab and expects to have up to 4 million available by the end of December. Britain on Tuesday began rolling out the first doses of a widely tested and independently reviewed COVID-19 vaccine, kicking off the biggest vaccination program in the country's history. People over 80, care home workers, and at-risk frontline health and social care staff were the first in line to receive the jabs, a day that has been dubbed V-Day. They will require a second dose in 21 days. Margaret, who turns 91 just next week, received the vaccine at University Hospital and said she feels so privileged to be the first person vaccinated against COVID-19. She said that it is the best early birthday present I could wish for because it means I can finally look forward to spending time with my family and friends in the new year after being on my own for most of the year. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace refused to comment on reports that Queen Elizabeth II, who's 94, and her 99-year-old husband, Prince Philip, would be vaccinated as a public example of its safety. According to the chief executive of Britain's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, who was talking to BBC, said, "Our goal is totally to protect every member of the population, Her Majesty, of course, as well." Talking about vaccination, now two vaccine manufacturers known as Pfizer and Serum Institute of India have applied for the emergency use authorization for COVID-19 vaccine with Drugs Controller General of India, officials said lately. While as Pfizer India has become the first pharmaceutical firm to approach the DCGI on Friday, the SII became the first indigenous company to apply for the same on Sunday. However, the extremely low temperature of -70 degrees Celsius required for storing the vaccine poses a big challenge for its delivery in a country like India. Pfizer has already secured such clearance in Britain and Bahrain. As promised, before the end of 2020, SII has applied for emergency use authorization for the first made-in-India vaccine, Covishield. This will save countless lives, and I thank the Government of India and Narendra Modi for their invaluable support, SII Chief Adar Poonawalla said in a statement recently. At present, the Phase 3 clinical trial of Covishield, co-sponsored by Indian Council of Medical Research, is being conducted in various parts of the country. The SII has partnered with global pharma giant AstraZeneca and the Oxford University for manufacturing Covishield. Poonawalla said India would be purchasing 300 to 400 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine from the institute, which is currently producing 50 to 16 million doses per month and plans to scale up to 100 million doses by January next year. The vaccine can also be stored in 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates from a sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now from a sports desk. The fourth race of the annual festival of camel racing for the 18th season, which is 2020-2021, will be launched at Al Bashar Square on Wednesday. A statement issued online by Oman News Agency said, on Wednesday, the competition for the fourth race of the annual festival of camel racing for the 18th season 2020-2021 will be launched at Al Bashar Square for camel racing in the Wilayat Adam in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhliya. It is organized by the Royal Court Affairs represented by the Sultanate Haganah and includes 45 rounds with participation from various governorates of the Sultanate for a period of 2 days. Now, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp is pleased with its team victory over Wolves and said it was a really good high-level performance from his side. Liverpool secured a dominating 4-0 win over Wolves in the Premier League on Monday. With 2,000 fans inside the stadium after 9 months away due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Reds produced a performance worthy of the occasion. With the fans, of course, it's different. We played a super game against Arsenal. We played a top game at Chelsea. We played a few really good games already this season, but tonight we could only play this game, and that was a top performance against a really, really good side who couldn't get really in the game tonight. I think that was first and foremost because of the way my boys played. It was really difficult against us tonight. It was a really, really good high-level performance. The club's official website quoted Klopp as saying. Now, during the match, Mohamed Salah scored the first goal for the Reds in the 24th minute. After this goal, Jorginho and Joel registered 1 goal each in the second half to hand Liverpool a 3-0 lead. Wolves' Nelson ended up scoring an own goal in the 78th minute of the match, and as a result, Liverpool walked away with a 4-0 victory. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but we'll be back again tomorrow at 2 p.m. with more updates and news your way. Stay tuned to TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.
So I tell you what to do. I tell you what to do.